Start with the meeting. So will you call to order? First thing we do, proof of meeting verified. Hey folks, listen up. You can have happy hour when we're done. So the proof of the meeting has been verified, and then we're going to review and approve the minutes.
Okay, so on the 25th of August, everybody should have received it.
Right.
Did you look
Yeah.
at it?
Yep. Any questions? Good? Okay. Get a motion to approve? Second. All right, so the minutes are approved as written from August. Okay, we're gonna go through, some of the old business. As you know, we have the issue with the Reeds, the building issue, dispute that's going on. There is gonna be a mediation later this month. I think it's the 23rd or 24th. That's the next thing that we know. There's nothing else to report on that at this time. So, is that all, that's the date you got? Yeah. Okay, so it is the 24th. Okay?
Did you, I haven't got it, did you get a notice that it's the 24th? Did you get it?
Okay. Oh, he said 23rd or 4th, is what they said, yeah. Okay, so it's 23rd or 24th, anyway. Yeah, we'll be represented. Okay, the other thing we had was, one of the homes, 893 Shalimar Court. There was a complaint, and I think what happened is somebody had passed away and the house was vacant. I talked to the realtor, the realtor got it, cut it, get the grass cut, take care of, so, I think we're good there. If anybody lives by them, I've driven by there, it looks like it's still being maintained, so that's pretty good. That's on the old business.
Yeah, they did cut the grass.
Yeah. And I'm gonna let, President do his statement when he comes in. So I'll just go ahead into new business. And under new business, we got a couple of things. We had a complaint about overgrown grass on 2910 Shalimar Lane. I went and checked that out. They also have a washing machine sitting out there in the driveway. I talked to them about that, and suggested they get that cleaned up or hauled off. So they did cut the grass, that's good news, but we still have the washing machine there. But anyway, I just talked to them the night before last. At the last meeting, we had a complaint about the trees on Masters Boulevard down in the Masters, when you go down and turn around. Those have been all cut, cleaned up, so now UPS can go through there at 40 miles an hour. And everything's good. In the school buses. Okay? One thing of note is the date for the annual meeting. This is the election meeting, and this is the meeting where they vote on the budget and everything for next year, is December 2nd. We couldn't do it on the 9th, because I think there's an event going on here at the clubhouse, so that was available. Does anybody disagree with that? Good. It is early. But anyway, so December 2nd is the date for the annual meeting, it'll be 7 o'clock at the clubhouse. We have for the president to sign 3 appointment letters. One is for the documentation review committee, that's run by Tracy. The next one is social committee, run by Mary Carmen. And the third one is finance committee by Adam McDonald. So those are the chairmen of those committees. If you have any interest, want to help with any of those,
It's the last one,
the last one,
social, Mary Carmen,
it's finance. Yeah.
and who's that?
And that is Adam McDonald, M-A-C. D-O-N. Okay, and part of this is, we want to make sure we have backup for the treasurer. So right now, we have one person treasurer, for example, he couldn't make it tonight. And so, we have a committee that'll help with the budget review. The other thing that is important in these kind of endeavors is having a good, solid reserve study. And that tells you how much all your assets are worth, what their life expectancy is, and what it's gonna cost to maintain them along the way, like the roads, if you seal them, and/or if you end up having to replace them, what that's gonna cost. So, the only way to do that fairly and not hit everybody up with a special assessment is by doing it in that order. So, making sure we got that well organized. So, that's what that committee's gonna work on, make sure that they work on the budget and the reserve studies and, sorry, I was gonna be here tonight, but we wouldn't have a quorum if I wasn't.
Thanks for being here.
Yeah.
If I knew I had this far. Anyway, so that's an important committee as well, as all the rest of them are as well. So, when Sam shows up, we have those letters for him to sign. Okay, let's go to, I guess let's don't go to the treasury report, he's not here. He did submit. How about you?
Don did submit the treasury report, and it will be posted tomorrow. There were no issues.
What did your secretary report?
All right, as far as the secretary report, Don Didier sent me an email we had discussed setting up a town hall meeting. That has not been accomplished yet, and I'm hoping that we'll address that tonight. When we get to the welcoming committee, Tammy has done her usual outstanding job. I don't know if you saw her. Oh, there you are. And these little stick-em magnets are just phenomenal. And she'll be discussing that when it comes up. Otherwise, I've had very few emails during this past month, and I think everybody's doing well. And once again, when we get to the IQ report, Mike has got some important stuff to share with us, and it's very encouraging to see the progress that's being made.
Thank you, Carl. Okay, let's go to the member at large.
Well, thank you for being here tonight, and hopefully you'll make it through the meeting. Anyway, I have nothing to report other than I think we did correct some things as far as whether you could get a clicker free whenever you're a new member. That's not what we do. They have to pay, and so it's $45. But I don't know how many people realize this. If you move away, you can get your $45 back. So it's like a deposit. So
As long as they get the clicker back.
that's right.
Just because they move, they don't get
No.
$45.
Probably
We pay
say-
people to leave.
And hopefully you never leave, and you just, but we've had a few of them die, and I've replaced those, and but they're very reliable, so I don't have anything else to report other than the gate praise the Lord was hanging in.
Thank you. Okay, let's run through some of our committee reports. Do we have anybody from Architectural Steering Committee?
Lee's over there.
Hey, you hiding back there, Lee?
Yeah.
I didn't see you sneak in.
Yeah.
What you
We're
got?
a little late. We had a 19th month, we had a window replacement, a driveway replacement, and garage door replacement. So nothing new, easily taken care of, and I'm all done, Eddie. Thank you very much.
I'm not sure everybody heard you.
All right, we had three simple requests, basically home improvements. One was a garage door replacement, white garage door went in. Tree roots that totally tore up the driveway, down that end, Shalimar Drive, and he decided to beautify it, put papers in, instead of just the concrete redo. And what the other one said? Oh, windows.
So
We got one on Masters is doing a total window replacement from the original windows with hurricane-proof new ones. That's all we have. Oh, hey, real quick, one last
no,
thing.
too
If
late.
anybody's contemplating anything, I brought some applications. So if anybody needs an application for something you're thinking about doing, I can give you one before you leave. Who's next?
Social, we're gonna defer on. We've got a new lead on social, Mary Carmen, and she's not here tonight. Welcoming committee,
Yes.
that's Tammy.
So I gave my report, I don't need one, I'm gonna be walking around.
Okay.
So I have a few, we didn't buy a bunch of them because we wanted to make sure that we could get, that everybody liked them first before we went crazy. But I have a few to pass out. You just have to put your camera on it and it'll do like a QR code. It will take you directly to the website. It's got a lot of important phone numbers.
Tammy, how many of those are you gonna get, and does everybody get one? What's the plan?
Everybody's gonna get one, so that everybody can get information at their fingertips with their phones on the, it's got all the documents are on the, everything is on the website, so.
And what's the timeline for them to get the rest of them?
It'll take like a week and a half at the most.
Okay. Next meeting?
Yeah, next meeting I'll have the rest.
Okay. All right. Anything else on welcoming? Do you have any new people?
No, no new people. Some people will have to be shown how to do the QR code. So if you have an elderly person in your neighborhood, you might just ask them, hey, do you know how to do it? It's really easy. I can show you. It takes 2 minutes max.
Okay. Let's see, we got appeals committee. Rick, you got anything? No, all's quiet on Hillfront? Nobody's appealing anything. Nobody's appealing anything. They heard you were a tyrant and they didn't put an appeal on you. You didn't get it? Okay, how about beautification? Brenda?
I always have. Well,
Wait a minute,
have you all been on site for the?
Has everyone been on the site, Shalimar Point, and to vote on the colors that we have displayed there? So, because it's going to end as of September 30th, and it hasn't really changed very much. So we have had just a total of 43 total voters, and the color is retro colonial blue, which represents 53% of the voters choosing this color. So it's probably going to stay the same even towards the end of the 30th of September.
Hey, Brenda?
Yes.
Tell me where that paint is gonna go. What's the plan for that paint color?
Where is the paint going to get stored?
What's your plan?
Oh, okay. The paint is, I have no idea. I have to find a painter first. If anyone has any ideas about, I will tell you where it's going to go. Okay. It's going to go on all of the signs throughout all of Shalimar Point, and I know some need fixed. It's going to go on the bowlers, which I have questions about these bowlers being removed by the leaks because they're unsightly. And Bill's going to tell us about that. I'm glad he's here tonight. What else? Also, I spoke with Eric at the tennis courts, and we need to get water up to the right front entrance. And the only way to get water so that we can do anything, plant anything and get those two together and they can talk about how to do that. Because we plan on planting in March of next year. So we have plenty of time to get that together. So the beautification committee members needs updated, like needs updated online, the beautification. So the committee, yeah, needs updated. And that's it.
Okay, thank you. Mike, thank you. I'd show your slide, but we don't have it.
That's fine. Well, so for the IT committee, we didn't have a whole bunch of them, but one thing I did want to discuss is the internet connection for the gatehouse. It's $55 a month. There's no installation fee, and that will allow, sorry, I've got it. It's not like it's in. That will allow the admins to view the security system remotely, basically emergency messages, and update our display that's in the window remotely as well, and then allow for updating parts of the, what they call the call box in the gatekeep program. So I'm trying to get some more info about how much it will replace the landline, because I believe that's $60 to $70. With the internet plan being $55, it should cancel out a good bit of it. So,
What was the total cost we're paying now? $250 a year plus?
I'm not 100% sure about that. I think the $250 a year is for the gate, the whole the call box. The actual cell plan, I believe, is $60 to $70 a month, whereas the Live Oak Fiber is $55. So it should pretty much offset that cost. We still have to do, I still have to talk some more about the details, but it's roughly $60 to $70.
Let's get together, show you the keypad, or the call box, as you were calling it, is basically a cell phone line, which you probably know, right?
Yes.
And it's designed for homeowners, whenever somebody like a pizza delivery guy comes and pays close, they can simply look on the alphabet as far as what names in alphabetically for you, and then you push a button, call, basically, its own system is being paid for.
Pay per call.
Well, I don't want to call or pay, you know.
He did say it varies, the price does vary,
Okay.
depending on the usage.
Okay, but the bottom line is a phone call fee.
That's right. So,
It's not internet.
that's right.
So when you're talking internet now, there is going to be live.
Live, it's $55 a month, and they will install it for free.
Okay, yeah, I'm not aware that Live Oak does telephone.
Well, it would be a voice over IP phone. So
Okay.
I spoke to King Gate, I believe, and you swap out the LTE card inside the gate system for a IP card. So you just change out from this phone line to an internet connection.
So that'd be via voice over
Voice
IP.
over-
Right.
Yeah.
That's all I wanted to add.
That's why he's the IT guy.
That's it.
Give me that back.
And the website payment system is, Don is working on getting the bank connected. I'm trying to get, to accept online payments. So that's what we're waiting on, automatic payments.
Yeah, and just so you remember, the game plan is we'll do a test bed with, 10 people or so. Once they get that hooked up to where we can pay automatically, the treasurer gets it, sees what it is, it gets passed to the bank, and we have no fees and all that other stuff. And once we get that all said and done, then we'll open it up to the general population. So, good plan.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thanks, Mo, I appreciate all your work. And I do want to go back to beautification for a minute, because I really like going around the clubhouse, not clubhouse, but the guard shack right there, and see the flowers and everything coming out with all the rain and everything. It's looking good. So, good job, Brendan.
Let me add something.
Right now.
About that same thing, I want to bring up, because I gave it to Mike Hull, Brenda, this is for you as well, on the same subject that he was talking about. And the sprinkler head on the golf course side, it's kind of standing up right next to the building, it ain't working. And those, plants right there are suffering because it's not working. I mentioned it to Mike Hull over there, and I don't know who he said he was gonna talk to about getting that fixed. It's a sprinkler, probably stopped up, it's a brand new sprinkler.
Yeah.
Danny, the other thing is that when I drove out at 7 o'clock this morning, and the sprinklers are watering the road.
Yeah, well, that's a lot of water. Okay. You don't pay the water. Okay, property management, I see Don's here, Sue Ellen's here. They had a presentation last month about, property management company, and the next step is to do a town hall meeting. And I think what the game plan is to try to solidify a date and time, or a couple of dates and time, and get the town hall meetings going.
So in the letter, we have Tuesday the 23rd or Thursday the 25th is available at the clubhouse.
Of which month?
September.
September. So time enough to get announcements out.
What are the dates?
23rd,
Right, the 23rd is
Yeah.
mediation for the
Right.
board, so we will not, that's not a good day.
Not that we have to be there for it.
Well, yeah, but we don't know how long it's gonna go on.
No, I'm saying for them to educate the
Oh,
population.
no, that's true.
We've been educated and know it's up to them. So you pick a date, and that'll work.
Thursday the 25th sounds good.
25th, all right, so we're gonna post that as a town hall meeting.
Okay.
All right.
7 p.m. to 9 p.m.
Mike, we'll have to get that on the sign. For everybody to know. Are you giving free beer out for everybody to come? No?
Checking weapons at the door.
Don, do you have, are the vendors gonna be present?
No vendors.
No vendors,
You said
just a
free beer.
discussion.
Yeah.
So there won't be any information with regard to cost.
We'll do an overview like we've done before for the people that haven't attended the meetings, and we'll provide a general cost, but there's no way to get a specific cost until we get the requirements from the board about what services they want to use.
So this is just a meeting to introduce the concept.
Educate.
Right, and answer questions.
Any other questions? That it done? Thank you. I know the committee's been working hard on that. Election committee. Do you have anybody on that? Yo.
I don't have anything because I really, I'll give this to you. He's on the, there are many dates associated. There are many dates associated with the election, if there is one. Names and there's all this stuff here. This needs to be reviewed by the board
Right.
before we announce it. So I'm not, now the only thing we can announce is that the meeting is going to be a final meeting where we have the actual election. That's going to be December 2nd. He'd already said that that was going to happen. And we will have voting here if people want to vote here and turn in their ballots because that is required by the statutes.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Not going on the website, okay. So do you not want this in the minutes? It needs to be in the minutes. And the minutes are gonna go on the website, right? There's nothing,
Yeah, there's nothing bad.
Brenda, I have to include this in the minutes, okay? And, there's nothing here that is,
You don't have to include that in the minutes unless, I mean, we
timeline to be discussed.
Okay.
Is that?
Yeah, the board has to discuss those things.
right.
And openings.
Well, the other thing in here is September the 15th, potential candidates at this. Potential candidates contact a board member by September 15th.
That's ridiculous. That's a week away.
Yeah, we gotta have that more time. We need to discuss this timeline and figure out what's in the best for the association. We got some time, okay? We'll take these into consideration as draft, and then we'll have to.
Brenda, can you send me this?
I can.
Okay, thank you.
So if you look at that, though, the reason things seem kind of combobulated is because the meeting is a week earlier
Right.
than normal, and you have
Right.
45 days to get stuff squared away. And we
Right.
ran into the problem last year where people were mailed ballots who weren't getting them timely in order to get them back.
Right.
So the mail system, unfortunately, is, we have to contend with that.
Right.
Yeah, but Tammy, the 15th of December is unreasonable.
It's September, yeah.
This is
This is
September.
Yeah,
September.
I know.
That's next week?
We wrote that a month ago,
Oh,
so.
okay. Great. All right. And the bylaws call for 45 days, got it? Okay. All right. All right, well, let's do a review of the sites and see what I can do. All right. I had a place here for the golf course to say something, if they had any, I don't see any golf courses.
Mark's not here.
Okay, how about, open forum, anybody want to chat, have a discussion, yes, Sue Ellen?
I have a question.
Okay.
Oh, it's not that.
You would send
My question is,
As homeowners, how do we go about doing it?
Hit it.
Is it on?
You killed it.
There it is, okay.
Yeah.
Operator.
can you hear me? Okay. My question is simply this. As homeowners, how do we have the board possibly to approach the tennis club to maybe see about getting us some special pricing so that we have access to the tennis courts? They come through our gates just like we do.
Yeah.
And this is, I've had 2 instances for family who played tennis, and we didn't even know who to go to see if they could play, and they're like, oh, you can't use the tennis courts.
Yeah. Unfortunately, the tennis court has, a unique problem in that they're full of members, and they're based on membership. Their max is 200. But having said that, two things that I've been thinking about is, one is the tennis court, in Pete's opinion only, should pay some fees for the maintenance of the roads and the gate and everything comes in, okay? So I think that's a given, and I told them that, so. Number 2 is, I know Eric well, and I can talk to Eric about, can we get a special compensation for SPOA, to get in here, and it may be, we get, not to wake up, maybe what we do is, it may come with, okay, yes, you can, but here's the certain days and times you could play, because they got leagues going every night, they're out there now.
So Pete, this tennis court is not part of SPO?
No.
Private company.
And there's no agreement with them at all, and so. Right. But I still believe there ought to be some compensation example, I mean, most homeowner associations, they own their amenities. You know, we don't own any amenities, you know, which is unique. So we work with them. We like them to be here, we like them to be successful because it draws people into the community. But it still should come at a price, you know, and so I'm all for that. I've been reluctant to say that in public, but I have talked to the tennis people about that. So if that's something we want to put in minutes and say that's something we need to discuss and come up with a fair number.
Well, if we're talking about it, it has to go in the minutes.
But did you hear me? Sorry.
If our gates open early in the morning and they close at night, but if they have anybody to use the tennis courts, how do those people get through our gate?
Oh, good question. If it's after 7 o'clock, I don't know, I guess they stand there waiting for somebody else to come in and open the gate for them. That would be something we'll have to figure out, whether they get a special, but then, yeah, because we have people that are not members of the association, live outside, they get in, but most of them come after 7, but.
There's
Yeah.
vendors.
Tennis court used to have an access code which they gave out to their members.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if that's still in
Still
effect.
there?
It's still in effect. I don't know who manages it. I don't know. I just know.
We have-
Okay.
It's
I'll-
virtually managed by the manager of the tennis court who gives out the number to everybody.
But I think I think Pete's right though. that there's-
It went dead again.
He's right.
There.
He's right. There's very few people that come to the tennis court after the gate is closed. They're there already. Of course, when they leave, it opens for them, so they don't have a problem with it.
Yeah.
However, if they have a function, which they do from time to time, they bring somebody, they go with somebody that can open the gate for them that has opening code. Now, whether the tennis court still has that, code that they use, have used in the past, I'm not aware of it. It's not in their database.
No, that won't work.
Yeah, it won't work.
Yeah. Bill, while you're here, a good question is, what about the individuals with the tennis court I forgot what I was gonna ask you now, the drugs kicking in.
I have a question.
Okay, go.
Bill, those bollards that are located right on the links, there's 3 humongous, huge things. I talked to you about it one time before, and you said that they were overly large, that somebody went crazy buying them.
Talking front gate or back?
By the links.
Masters.
By the links.
Oh, Masters, okay.
And you said, well, all we had to do was move some of the sprinklers because that was why they were there. So I wanted clarification on that. Can we remove them if we move the sprinklers inside or what?
Ask him.
Well, what were the circumstances in putting them
Well,
in?
you were, as you stated, big trucks especially were going over the island, and when they did, they destroyed vegetation and the sprinkler heads. And the board has started working to replace the heads every time it happened, and that's why they're there.
So if
It's
we
a
move
trade-off
the
between
sprinklers
beauty and
in,
function.
Right.
we could get rid of the bowlers. We could move the sprinklers away from the side.
Well, they're still gonna drive over your curb.
I
and make
haven't
your
seen
curb.
any damage to any vegetation.
That's 'cause they got
in
bowlers.
years.
Well, I've seen lots of trucks come in, they can't make that corner at all. And they're not very careful about how to get through there.
Right.
I walk there every day, every
We
morning.
might have to come up with an alternative, i.e. maybe some boulders or something around the corner, more aesthetically pleasing, and you still don't want trucks driving over boulders. So there's some options, but that's what we gotta explore. It's not one or nothing. Yeah, Tracy?
I'll volunteer to pull them out. It looks like in front of Walmart. And honestly, one of them's already halfway leaning over. They're not in there that securely. It might be 2.5 feet. One you can shake completely around. And quite honestly, a sprinkler head, we talked about a couple of bucks. I'll move them.
Get them out.
I'm gonna talk about another sprinkler head we got to
Yeah,
say too.
get them out's not the problem. What we wanna do is make sure we got a complete solution when we pull them, you know, so if it's, we're gonna do boulders or something else, we'll
What
come
about
up
a
with
wall,
something.
a higher wall?
They'll run over it.
About
Let's
the
push the wall.
plastic chain.
What's that?
The county uses plastic chain in some areas.
That keeps them out.
County uses plastic chain.
Plastic chain.
The county uses that like a roundabout, but puts a plastic chain out.
And how aesthetic is that? I know, it'll keep them out, but it'll look ugly.
I don't know how they ever.
Okay, appears I lost total control. Any other questions or comments? Somebody have a?
Back and back. Any other questions about them?
Oh, thank you very much, ma'am, I appreciate it. So I spent a Saturday on the front entry, edging it up, cleaning it up.
Oh, okay. I wondered if you did that. Yeah.
It looks beautiful, I love it, right? There's a sprinkler head, I'm sure most of you know, there's a lot of water there all the time. When you drive through, you know, a puddle, a lane of water, there's just a couple sprinkler heads at the very end of the island that are either one, broken, or they're on too long. Especially when you exit, you cleared out all those bushes, and now the nice beautification, is getting some water. But there's a couple of heads that are just, that's why you have that constant water running across the road there, is because the sprinklers are running way too long for that small little island.
Right, right. Well, we set them for 45 minutes.
Oh, wow.
And wait a minute, because we just put it in all new plants in the middle of summer. So that was okay. Now, this happened to be a wet summer, so it worked out. So what we can do is cut those back. We can get Mike Hall to work that, cut it back 20 minutes and say, that's good. Because they're all,
30, please.
right?
You're talking about those plants in the front? And
No, the monkey grass in the
No.
island,
Oh,
not your plants.
he's talking about.
No, it's all on the same time.
Yeah, it
So
is.
you get one, you get them all. But anyway,
We
we'll
can
come
go
up.
down to 35 minutes.
How
Much more
about
than
45?
I have one more, if I may.
Hey, oh, wait a minute. 25. 45. So, yeah, Tracy.
I'm sorry, just a couple more questions. Maybe you covered it at the beginning, I wasn't quite available here. The executive session that was held, right, can you tell us what that was held about exactly, and what were the legal costs for that session?
I can't tell you the legal costs because I haven't seen it. But it was about, what, hour and a half, all your time, so.
2 hours.
Yeah, okay, 2 hours. And that was all to discuss disposed position, what we've done right, what we could have done differently, as it pertains to the property across the street, the Reed's property.
Oh,
That's what that was about, only, that's all it was about.
and lastly, Chairman, and I'll shut up,
I
I
don't
was
believe
on
you.
the agenda for the committee that I'm excited about.
Right.
More than a review, but a total rewrite.
Yeah.
But I heard 3 or 4 great examples of why that needs to happen.
Oh, yeah, no doubt, we need to have that happen.
Yeah.
We need it absolutely, some of those documents are 10 years old or more, so we do need it, we appreciate you volunteering, and anybody wants to help Tracy with that, you know, see him afterwards and get signed up. And then keep me posted when you're gonna have a meeting or whatever, and try to generate some.
Oh,
And
okay.
you can
Do
give
you
like
like, you email by email, or how would you like me to?
email, text, whatever. I'm good. All right?
Remember, if you send if anybody sends an email to SCOA, the board gets it.
Oh, yeah?
The whole board.
That's incredible.
All three, yeah. That's our IT department, inundated us with Okay, any other last questions, comments? Well, Sam was really late today.
Move we adjourn.
Second.
He's second. Okay. All in favor? All right, gang. Thank you.